here live at Dado Field with head coach Stankiewicz, Andy Stankiewicz. How you doing, Stank? Good to see you.
Great. Thanks, man. Glad you're here, and glad we're all here.
We're all here today, USC Alumni Clinic. We're here every year. Stank, you had a great first year, turned the program around. Obviously, there's a lot of tradition, legacy of winning. You bring a lot of tradition and legacy of winning from high school, college, pros, played the big leagues a long time. Tell me what the USC baseball culture is like and what you're trying to establish here.
Well, thank you. Number one, we got a long way to go. I mean, I think the tradition here is such that really, not getting Omaha is not going to work, right? And so that's the goal. And I think for year one, I think it was a good year, a solid year in respects of just new coaching staff. For us as coaches working together for the first time, and then also the players getting to know us getting to know them.
Yeah.
I think that's part of, when you mentioned culture, I think that's a big part of culture, is just trying to learn and adapt and just get a feel for one another, what makes them tick. They learn what makes us tick, what's important to us as a coaching staff, and what we want to see accomplished and how we want to do it. I mean, all these guys have had different coaches, right? And so I think that was a big part of it too. It's just kind of understanding, and then part of that culture too is like, hey man, we're not going to compromise. This is the way we're going to do it, and if you don't want to do it that way, then there's a lot of other places you can go. I mean, I don't. There's a lot of places, a lot of good baseball programs out there. We're not for everybody, and everybody's not for us. And so I think that was part of year one, the culture, understanding and learning, and trying to have people come in that want to be a part of this program, that understands what this is about, and all the young men and families that have been represented over the years here at this in my mind, the icon, the history here is so strong, and so we just want to try to make sure guys understand what they're playing for and why they're doing it. If they don't, and if that is something that intimidates them or scares them or something they're not comfortable with, then again, go somewhere else. There's a lot of reasons why people may not want to play here, and that's fine. And I say all the time, I will shake your hand, and I will wish you the best, and I will actually make phone calls on your behalf to other places to help you find a program that fits what they're looking for. But part of year one in the culture, and as we move forward, is trying to find the guys that understand what we're trying to do here and how we're going to do it.
Love it. So flip this question. As the head coach of a big-time program, you're looking for the best players in the country, of course, but what are some core values or core traits that you're looking for when you're out there recruiting young kids and young boys that come to SC? Of course, you want the best arm and the best leg and the best hitter, but other than baseball skills,
Sure.
What are some of the other intangibles that you guys really focus on and look for?
Well, I'll tell you what, those are the hardest, because the skill set, you're fast or you're not. You throw hard or you don't. Right, those are like, we're all sitting in the stands, and you're like, everybody's like, hey, that guy has a great skill set, what you just mentioned. The hard part are those intangibles, and those aren't that easy to decipher through. So you want to see some failure, you want to see some hiccups in their game, you want to see some setbacks and how do they respond. You want to watch parents, and how do parents respond? Are they coddled, or are they challenged? Are they pushed? And this is a program, and every program that I've ever been a part of that's had success, it's a program that's hard, it's aggressive, it's tough, it's men, it's sometimes it's verbal, sometimes it's not abusive in any way, but sometimes it's a call to action. And so so we got to find some tough nuts, man, that aren't, when I bark at them a little bit, they're not going to shy away. They're going to accept the challenge and move forward. And so that's all part of it, is just trying. And the student here at USC, it's
a tough academic school.
Academically, it's very difficult, which is a good thing, because that's what makes a degree worth so much. Is it's an elite degree. It's one of the best in the country for sure. And so we have to find all those things, a skill. We have to find good students that have good discipline in the classroom. We've got to have young men that have discipline out off the field as well. That aren't gonna do something immature, and off the field and put themselves and their team in a tough spot. And so, but yeah, the skill is there, right? You like it. Now you just got to figure out, is he the right fit for your program?
Yeah. Talk me through, what is a day in the life of a USC baseball player, from getting up in the morning with class and weight training, conditioning, practice? What is a typical day if it's, maybe fall ball?
Yeah, no, it's pretty typical. I think most programs have we probably answer pretty similar.
Yeah.
We have a routine, and usually it's 6 o'clock weights. So that means I got to go to bed early.
You got to go to bed early if you're going to wake up early, or you're going to pay.
Yeah, you're going to be a hard time if you go to bed at 1, 2 o'clock in the morning and you got 6 o'clock weights. There's not going to be much energy in that weight room. Yeah. And so 6 o'clock weights, and we have a great athletic dining hall for our student athletes, and they'll go eat breakfast, or we call it a snack on over to shower up, clean up, go to class. Class could be from 8 to noon, 9 to noon, 9 to 1. Show up for practice at 2 o'clock, 2 o'clock to 5 is usually our practice slot in the fall. And then they leave here, they go to study hall. They have study hall, and they got to go to, sometimes have tutoring and mentoring program. And so, and then they go to sleep and they do it again.
Right.
So it's
a long day.
It's a long day.
It's not for everybody.
Yeah, and I think that's the one thing that freshmen don't realize when they're here for the first time. It's like, wow, it's kind of time consuming. Yeah. You know what I mean? My whole life is based around baseball and weights and class. Baseball, weights, class. It's just kind of the same thing.
It becomes like a profession, so to speak. You really take it serious.
But that's how you weed it out too, right? You find out that some guys,
really
this isn't. Yeah, some guys are like, coach, this isn't for me. So it's like, okay, it's all right. Then we move along. Yeah.
So I'm going to get to some embarrassing. I don't know if it's embarrassing, but as an athlete, if I think I'm right about this, you were the MVP of your high school football, basketball, and baseball team. Isn't that accurate?
I don't. I played basketball.
You forget?
I don't even know.
It's
a long time ago.
You were a receiver for sure.
I was. I know that.
Played at Pepperdine.
I did that.
And had a long career. What are some of your best baseball memories at any level? What are some things that stick with you?
Well, there's a lot of good ones. I mean, my Pepperdine experience was a lot of exciting.
So college baseball was one of them.
Yeah, absolutely. I think getting drafted out of high school, was no one really. I know it was a late round pick, but yet still, when you're
getting drafted,
out of high school, small St. Paul High School, and kind of out of nowhere, and then I didn't sign. I went to Pepperdine, but I think that kind of told me that this might be something I want to kind of pursue. Yeah, a little bit, because I love playing football, but I know that Pepperdine didn't have a football team, so okay, I'm going to play baseball full time. But then when I got drafted, I kind of felt like, okay, maybe I made the right decision. Yeah. And then getting drafted by the Yankees and starting my professional career with them, and after my career at Pepperdine, and probably, it took me a while to get to the big leagues, and so I think
you had to grind in the minors. Woo.
Yeah, I think so. When I was told in 1992 that at a spring training I was going to go to New York for the Subway Series against the Mets, but then possibly sent back to AAA. But then an injury, an infielder was injured again, Mike Gallego, who was actually great, became a really good friend of mine. He's a fantastic person, and so he was banged up, and so then when I was told that I was going to start the day on the roster opening day in 90, so that was probably it was probably a cool moment for me, for sure.
Incredible. So what do you see for USC baseball moving forward? What's your crystal ball tell us? Obviously,
we got some things in the works here, right? As far as some developments with the stadium, the field, and we're excited about that. And I think number one, we just want to build it strong. We want to build a health. And if you say crystal ball, number one, it's hard. There's so many good programs out there. There's so many good coaches out there that are doing a great job. It's not that easy. But again, I more than anything else, we want to restore kind of the legacy that's been built here. We want to get to Omaha. We want to win a national title. I know everybody does. Everybody's saying that right now. I get it. But it is. It should be everybody's goal, and that certainly is ours. And so, but it'd be a model of consistency. You don't want to be a kind of a program that's good for a year or two, then goes away, and then good for a year, that goes away for a couple. Every year in and a year out. So we got to recruit well. We got to build. We got to develop inside the program and develop depth. But I want to be want people to look back at University of Southern California baseball and go, hey man, they're back, and they're going to be consistent for a long, long time.
Love it. Well, Stank, I know you got a lot going on out here, so thank you for giving us some time. But we got hundreds of kids waiting for you. And my son George, say hi, George.
George,
the coach.
I saw George. George looks good, buddy.
Looking good, looking good. Hey, great to see you. We'll see you soon.
Pleasure.
Good luck. Thank you for bringing the heat back to SC Baseball.
We're doing it. All right, fight on.